Hello everybody, welcome to Yoga for Self-Love with Kim. I am Kim. This will be a short, slow flow Vinyasa practice. We'll open up through the front body, back body, we'll get into the legs, and we will work our way towards Natarajasana or King Dancer pose. So bring yourself to your mat and find your way into a comfortable space to begin your practice. You can find a comfortable seat, or bring yourself into child's pose, or just lay down on your back and take a little mini shavasana. You won't be here for too long, so just find a space that feels good for you. If it feels okay, you can close your eyes or find a soft and steady gaze. Begin to allow yourself to arrive. Letting go of where you have come from. No need to worry or think about where you may be going after this. Just allow yourself to be present right here with yourself, body, mind, breath, and spirit. Carving out the next 20-ish minutes or so just for you and your yoga practice. Check in and notice how you are feeling today. Notice any sensations in your body, thoughts running through your mind, your emotional tone, your energy level. No judgment, just checking in to see where you're starting from today. As always, I invite you to bring in the intention to be gentle, kind, patient, loving, and compassionate with yourself as you move through this practice. And if you like to take that intention off of the mat and out into the world with you. Let everything go, let everything relax. You can, softening, releasing any areas of tightness or tension, of holding or gripping. Give any tight spaces permission to soften. And take a few deep, smooth, and steady breaths in through the nose and out through the nose or out through the mouth. And then you can begin to flutter your eyes open, invite some movement in, wiggle fingers and toes. We'll begin to start moving. Find your way into a child's pose if you're not there. Your version, you can have the knees wide or the knees together. Settle your bum back towards your heels. Maybe wiggle side to side a few times. Reach the arms out in front of you, or you could bring the arms back alongside the feet and shins. Release your forehead down to the mat, or make a little pillow with the arms and rest your forehead on the arms. Another deep breath or two here, filling every nook and cranny in your body with your breath. Filling the front of the lungs, the back of the lungs, bottom, all the way up to the top. And then let's bring it up into a table position, finding all fours, coming onto the hands and the knees. And then giving your hips a little wiggle or rock from side to side. And then bring yourself to center. Roll through a few rounds of cat-cow, inhaling as you Lift the tail, soften the belly, lift the heart and the gaze, and exhaling as you root down into your finger pads, round your back up towards the ceiling, gaze towards the navel. A few more times rolling through, beginning to loosen up through the hips, through the spine. And then we'll bring it into our table again, finding that neutral spine, and root down into your fingers. Send that right leg back behind you, bringing that leg up about hip level-ish. Stay here or reach forward with that left arm. And then keep it here or bend that right knee, draw that foot in towards your bum and reach back with your left hand, grab a hold of the foot, pull it in towards your bum, and then press the foot out into the hand behind you. And then release your foot, come back through that cat balance. Release the hand and the knee down to the mat. Other side, we'll send that left leg back, hold here or reach forward with that right arm. Reaching out through the fingers, out through that back foot, spine nice and long. Hold it here or bend that left knee. Draw that foot in towards your bum. And then reach back with that right hand. Pull the foot in. And then press the foot out into the hand behind you. And then release, come back through your cat balance. And then release the hand and the knee down to the mat. Send the right leg back behind you again. And then we'll bend the right knee, draw it in towards nose, chest, forehead. Press into the hands around, up through the back. Hug that knee in. Send the leg back behind you again. Again, we'll bend the knee, round up through the back. Draw that knee in towards nose, chest, forehead. Squeeze it in. Send the leg back. And then one more time, round up through the back. Draw that knee in. And then step or carry that right foot up to the top of the mat. Knee tracking over the ankle. Press down into the feet. Zip up through the inner legs. Lift up through your belly. Sweep that low back in and up. Heart lifts, arms reach up. Maybe you lower down into the hips a little bit if that's available to you. And then we'll sweep the arms back, palms facing out to the sides, chest lifted, gaze lifted. Sweep the arms back up along the ears. And then sweep the arms back out to the sides. Once more, arms reach up. And then we bring the arms back out to the sides. Palms open. Can keep it here or press into that right foot, into that left knee. Begin to draw that left foot in towards your bum. And either reach back with the left hand, pull the foot in. Maybe take that right hand to rest on that right thigh, or you could also reach the right hand back to grab a hold of that left foot or ankle, pull the foot in, lift up through the belly, crown of the head reaches up, and then slowly release that foot. We'll take the left foot to the top of the mat, or sorry, the left hand to the top of the mat inside that right foot, and then peel that right elbow up towards the ceiling. So you spin your heart up to the right, unfurl that right arm. Keep it here or bend that left knee again, and we'll reach back with the right hand, pull that foot in towards your bum. Release the foot, reach that right arm back up. Right hand comes back down to the mat, and then press into that right foot again, sweep arms up, finding that low lunge, and then hands down to the mat as you step yourself back into your table pose. Let's send the left leg back. Bend the left knee, draw it in towards nose, chest, forehead, round up through the back. Send that left leg back again. Bend the knee, draw it in, nose, chest, forehead. Squeeze it in. Send that leg back. Let's do it one more time. Bend the knee, draw it in, squeeze it in. Step or carry left foot up top of the mat. We'll take it into our low lunge on this side, pressing down into that left foot, lifting up through pelvic floor, through belly, arms sweep up. Maybe you lower down into the hips a little bit. And then we'll reach the arms back and out to the sides, palms opening out to the sides, heart lifted. Arms come back up along the ears. Open the arms out to the sides again, heart lifts. Reach the arms back up. And then one more time, arms open out to the sides, heart lifted. Keep it here. Or again, we'll hug in through the legs. Begin to pick up that right foot, draw it in towards the bum. Maybe you grab a hold of it with the right foot. Left hand can rest on that left knee or thigh. Or maybe you reach back with the left hand also. Keep hugging in through the inner legs. And then release that foot. We'll take the right hand up to the top of the mat. Inside that left foot, begin to bend that left elbow, reach that left arm up to the sky. Heart spins up. Keep it here, or we'll bend that right knee again. Reach back with the left hand, pull that foot in, spin the heart up towards the ceiling a little bit more, and then release that foot. Left hand comes down to the mat, press into that left foot, and we'll reach it back up, back into our low lunge. Hands down to the mat, step it back into your table. Spread fingers wide, tuck toes under, glide hips up and back, downward dog. Forearms lifted, armpits lifted. Find some movement here. Pedaling the legs, rocking it back and forth or side to side, or bending, straightening the legs. Then we'll bend the knees, crouch down into tiger dog, and then send your hips up to downward dog. Bend the knees, crouch down. Again, glide your hips up to your downward dog. Bend your knees, crouch it down. This time as you send the hips up, send right leg up with you for a three-legged dog. Let's bend both knees. And then re-straighten both legs. Bend both knees. Re-straighten both legs. One more time, bend the knees. Re-straighten the legs. Release right foot down to the mat. Crouch it down. Send that left leg up. Three-legged dog. Bend both knees. Re-extend the legs. Bend the knees. Re-extend. One more time, bend the knees. Re-extend. Release that left foot down to the mat and find your way up to the top of your mat. We'll bring it into a ragdoll forward fold. For a moment, lift the belly up off of the thighs. Hinge from your hips. And bring your belly back to the thighs. You can let your head go. Hands to the mat or grab elbows. Maybe give the hips a little sway, a little shimmy, a little rock. And shake out the head. Let the arms sway if you've got a hold of the elbows. Bring yourself to center, hands to hips, press into your feet and lift your heart all the way up to stand. Let's take the palms together overhead and slide the hands down to the heart. Reach the arms up and then we'll fold it from the hips, bring it back down into our forward fold and then halfway up, Ardha Uttanasana, fingers pressing into the shins or the thighs or the mat, belly lifted, spine long. Fold yourself in. Plant your hands down to the mat. Let's step it back to plank. Drop your knees down to the mat. Lower down pelvis, torso. Hug in through the elbows. Press into your fingers. Lift your heart up, baby cobra. Release yourself down. Tuck toes. Send your hips up and back. Downward dog. Step or hop yourself back up to the top of your mat and fold it back in. Halfway lift to your flat back. fold in, press into the earth, rise up, palms together overhead, hands back down to heart. Again, reach arms up, fold it in. Halfway up to your flat back, we'll plant hands down, step it back to your plank. Lower the knees down again, bring it all the way down to the belly. Elbows hug in towards the rib cage as you lift up your heart, baby cobra, or if you feel ready, you can lift it up for your full cobra. And then lower back down, top toes, lift the hips up and back, downward dog. Step, hop, float yourself back up, top of your mat, fold in, halfway lift. Fold it back in, press into the feet, rise all the way up, palms together at the heart. And then again, we lift the arms, fold it in. Halfway up, flat back. Plant hands down to the mat, step yourself back to your plank. And this time, either lower knees down, or we'll take it into chaturanga, low push-up. Roll forward on your toes, bend your elbows, lower yourself about halfway down. Elbows will stack up over the wrists, shoulders above level of elbows. Come on to tops of your feet, thighs lifted. Pull the heart forward, upward dog. And then send yourself back, downward dog. From your downward dog, we'll crouch it down, tiger dog, send right leg up, three-legged dog. Bend both knees, and then re-straighten the legs. Now we'll bend the right knee, draw it underneath the body, up towards the chest as you shift forward into a plank. And then we'll step that right foot through to the right thumb. Drop the left heel to the mat. Right hip hugs back as you lift yourself up. Bend the right knee. Knee over the ankle, press down through that back heel. Rib cage spins up towards top of the mat. Warrior one. Arms lifted. And then we'll open arms out to the side. Again, palms facing outward. And then reach the arms back up. And then open the arms out to the side again. Palms facing out. One more time, reach arms up. And then open it up. Arms come back up along the ears. Hands down to the mat. Step yourself back to plank. Now find your flow. You either bring it down to the belly, move it into your cobra, or you move it through your chaturanga and into your upward dog. You decide, your practice. Also, option to skip the flow and just meet us back in downward dog at any time. Let's crouch it down. Send the left leg up, three-legged dog. Bend the knees, re-extend. Bend the knees, re-extend. Bend the knees, re-extend that leg, and then we'll bend that left knee. Draw it underneath the body, shift it forward, step that left foot through. Drop that right heel to the mat, press down into the feet, hug that left hip back, lift yourself up, bend that left knee. Arms reach up. Then we open the arms wide out to the sides, palms facing outward. Reach arms back up. Again, arms open to the sides. Arms come back up along the ears. One more time, arms out to the sides. And then arms lift. Take hands down to the mat, step it back to plank, and find your flow. From your downward dog, we'll step, hop, or float it back up, top of the mat, fold it in. Halfway lift. Fold back in, press into your feet, rise up, palms together overhead, hands come back down to heart. Reach the arms up, fold in. Halfway up, flat back. Plant hands down, step yourself back to plank and find your flow. From your downward dog, let's crouch it down. We'll send the left leg up. Bend the left knee, take it underneath the body, shift it forward, core plank, step that left foot through. Drop that right heel to the mat. Peel yourself up. Left hip hugs back. Arms reach up. Few deep breaths here. Feeling really strong and steady through the legs. And then we'll reach the fingers forward towards top of the mat. Begin to fold in over that left knee and send that right leg up and back as you bring your nose down towards that left knee, coming into a standing splits. From your standing splits, we'll just bend that right knee, draw in towards your bum, then re-extend the leg back up. And then slowly step that right foot back to the mat and lift yourself back up into your warrior one. Take hands down to the mat, step it back to your plank. Find your flow. Meeting back in our downward dog. Bend the knees, crouch it down. We'll send right leg up. Bend that right knee, bring it into the chest, shift it forward, core plank, step right foot through. Drop that left heel to the mat. Lift it up again into your warrior one. Right knee bends. Open the arms. Lift it back up. Let's take hands to the top of the mat. Weight into that right foot as you fold in over that right leg. Send that left leg up behind you. And bend that left knee. Draw that foot in towards your bum. Re-extend the leg up and back. And slowly step that left foot back to the mat. We'll bend that right knee. Bring it back up into your warrior one. And then hands back to the mat. Step it back into your plank. Find your flow. Meeting back in our downward dog. And then slowly walk your hands back to meet your feet. Folding in, ragdoll, forward fold at the back of the mat. Shake the head out. And then hands to hips, press into feet. Lift yourself all the way up. We'll soften the knees, root down into that left foot. Begin to pick up that right foot. Draw that right foot up towards your bum behind you. Reach the arms up. Find your drishti, your gazing point, your focal point on the wall in front of you, or the floor, or whatever. And then let's open the arms out to the sides. Reach the arms back up. Open the arms out to the sides. Then you can keep it here, or if it's available, reach back, grab a hold of that right foot, inside of the foot, outside of the foot, or the ankle. Keep the knees hugging in towards the midline. We'll reach that left arm up. Option to stay here also, or begin to slowly tip the torso forward and send that right foot out behind you. Reaching out through the left fingers. Feel free to smile. Have some fun. And then we'll root into that left leg. Slowly lift yourself up. Release that right foot down to the mat. Same thing other side. We'll soften the knees. Take the weight into that right foot. Pick that left foot up. Tuck it up behind your bum. Reach arms up. And then open the arms out to the sides. Reach the arms up. Open the arms up to the sides. Reach the arms up. Open the arms out to the sides, and then either stay here or, again, if it's available, reach back, grab a hold of that left foot. Right arm reaches up along the ear. Option to stay here or begin to slowly tip the torso forward. Reach out through the right fingers. Send that left foot out into the hand behind you. And then we'll bring it up. Release that right hand down. Let's do it one more time on each side. Weight into that left foot again. Strong down through that left leg. Soften through the knees. Bend that right knee. Tuck that foot up behind your bum. Arms reach up. And then open the arms out to the sides. Hold here or reach back for that right foot and reach that left arm up. And then slowly begin to tilt it forward. Send that right foot out into your hand behind you. And then we'll slowly bring it back up. Release the foot. Let's take it over to the other side. Weight into that right foot. Soften through that right knee. Pick up that left foot. Tuck it up behind your bum. Arms reach up. Hug that left knee in towards the right. And we'll open arms out to the sides. Heart lifts. Stay here or reach back. Grab a hold of that left foot. Right arm reaches up along the ear. Holding here or slowly bring it forward. Kick that foot out into the hand behind you. You could have a big or little bend in your standing leg also. And then we slowly bring it back up. Release that foot. Bring the arms up. Fold it back in, forward fold. Bend the knees, get hands down to the mat, walk yourself back out, downward dog. And then pedal it out. Pulse it out, rock it out. Or if you prefer, find a breath or two here in stillness. And then release knees down to the mat. Come back to sit on your heels. Bring palms together at your heart. Come back to our intention to be gentle, kind, patient, loving, compassionate with ourselves. Thank you so much for sharing this slow flow vinyasa practice with me today. With love and gratitude. Namaste.